Hello guys, welcome back to my channel once again. If you're watching me for the first time, my name is Lizzie. You're welcome. For new subscribers, you're welcome to my channel. For old subscribers, thank you guys for always coming back to watch my videos. I love you guys so much. Today I'm going to do another beautiful makeup tutorial, and here with me is my client. She said she wanted something very light and nice, so I'm just going to show you guys how I was able to achieve this makeup. So the first thing I did was to use a face wipe to wipe off the dirt from her face. Just, you can use a baby face wipe. Thereafter I went in with Cetaphil moisturizer just to make her skin soft and smooth. After that I went in with Miron skin prep, and as of 2 years back, I got that for 8,000 naira. Miron skin prep, I got the bottle for 8,000 naira, but now I think it's about 9,000 naira. So after using Miron skin prep just to enable the makeup to last for a long time, I went in with Zickel setting spray. It's just going to allow the whole skin prep routine to be intact. It's going to let the makeup to last for a longer time. So right now I'm going in with this Zickel foundation, and I'm just going to dab the foundation into her face. I'm not going to drag it, I'm just going to do it this way. You can use any foundation that you have with you right here, as long as it is in the shade of the person's skin tone, be it your client, be it yourself. Make sure you also apply that on your client's neck so that everything blends properly. So at this point I'm going in with a darker shade of Zickel foundation again, just on the contour area, and then I'm going to move that also over to the forehead a little bit so that the whole makeup can look balanced, and so that it gives me the structure that I want the face to look like. So right now I'm going to highlight using a lighter shade of concealer, and this concealer I'm using is from Adventure Makeup, and it's about 2 tones lighter than that of her skin tone, just to highlight that area so that it can pop. When I was doing all of this, she actually told me that she didn't want the makeup to be too much. She just wanted something light because she had series of complaints here and there about the previous makeup artist that she had been to, so she wanted something very light. So she told me what she wanted, and luckily for her, and fortunately for her, and also fortunately for me, I came through, guys. So I applied the concealer on her T-zone areas, the forehead, underneath the eyes, and also on her jaw. So right now I'm going in with the foundation that is in that of her skin tone, the initial foundation we had used from the beginning, just so that her forehead will be properly blended, so that everything blends properly. And also underneath the highlights where I had already put the lighter shade of concealer, just so that area can look more of her skin tone. So I hope you guys understand. Anyways, I'm trying my best to explain it, but I hope you guys understand. So at this point I'm going to contour her nose so that it can be a little bit pointed. I'm just going to go in with a darker shade of foundation. You could actually use a foundation or concealer, whatever works for you, and then I'm just going to blend it. So after blending, I discovered that it was quite too dark, so I went in with a lighter shade of powder, just so that it can look more of her skin tone, a little bit close to her skin tone. I hope that you guys understand that I didn't want the contour on the nose area to be too dark. So right now, guys, I'm using this powder palette from my cheek, and I'm just going to apply that on the areas where she can easily sweat, and also round about her face. So I'm just going to apply that underneath her cheekbone, underneath her eyes, her jaw, her forehead, just so that the makeup can last longer, and so that if she sweats, the makeup does not break easily. So I was doing this carefully so that the makeup will not be too shouty, because like I said, she had already told me what she wanted, and I wanted to go with what she had requested. I didn't want it to be too much. So like I said, I had to apply powder just so that the makeup can last longer, and so that it reduces the sweat from her face. So right now I'm going in with setting powder, and this setting powder that I'm using is from Sacha Buttercup, and I'm just going to apply that underneath her cheekbone, in these areas that you can see me applying them. Basically, just going to apply them on these areas, and then also try to make the nose a little bit more pointed than it is. So right now I'll be setting her brows with Sacha Buttercup setting powder, just so that when I draw the brows, it can give me the required shape, the shape that I want it to be. And then for her face, I'm just going to leave the setting powder for a while so that it can bake. And then for the blush, I'm going in with this pink shade of shadows from Violet Vase eyeshadow palette, and I really love this palette. Like, it's amazing. So I'm also going to apply that setting powder just at the tip of her nose, the middle of the nose right there, so that it gives me that really pointed shape. So right about now, guys, I'm going to move over to the aspect of drawing the brows, and I'm going to wipe off that setting powder and pick up a brow gel. And the brow gel that I'm using in this tutorial is from Carite. I've been using this and it has been working for me. The brows usually come out really beautiful as long as you know what you're doing. But before drawing, I'm going to apply a brow wax, and that was what I did before I started drawing strokes. So at this point, guys, basically I'll be dipping my brush into my brow gel and also drawing strokes. You have to make sure that the tip of your brush is as thin as possible, so that you can get those strokes that you want. And also make sure that you draw a thin line underneath her brow, and also another thin line above the brow. Anyways, this is not compulsory. It all depends on the type of brows that you want to achieve. But if you want to go for a more natural brows, it's important and it's very needed and necessary for you to draw brow like strokes. So I'm done drawing the brows. I'm just going to conceal using a shade of concealer that is 2 to 3 tones lighter than that of our skin tone, and also a shade that is in that of our skin tone at the front, at this point where you can see me concealing. And then behind, like towards the end of the brow, I'll use a shade that is about 2 to 3 tones lighter than her skin tone, and which was what I did. And after doing that, you have to make sure that you blend properly, so that the whole makeup, so that you set the whole place, and so that it looks nice. So at this point, guys, I'm moving over to eyeshadow, and I'm going in with a shade that is in that of her skin tone. And then after that, I'll be going in with a darker shade of brown. And this brown shade that I'm using is from Zaron Cosmetics. It's from their F palette, and I'm just going to apply that on the transition area where you can see me just rolling my brush. I'm just rolling and rolling. That's just the perfect way to apply your shadow. Still on the eyeshadow application, I'm going in with this silver shade of shadow from Zaron Cosmetics, and I'm just going to apply that silver shade at that point, and also go in with a pink shade of shadows from Violet Vase eyeshadow palette, and I'm just going to blend that into the silver shade. And after doing that, I'll be going in with a darker shade of pink again towards the end of the lid, where you can see me applying this darker shade of pink, and I'm just going to blend that properly into the silver so that you don't see a clear demarcation of where one is stopping and where the other one is beginning. And after that, towards the end of the eye, the lid, I went in with a black shade just so that the whole eye makeup pops. So that's it basically, guys. I applied mascara and also lashes, and also lined underneath her eyes, just her waterline area. So she told me that she easily reacts to liners, so I had to use an eyeshadow, a black shade of shadow, to line underneath her eyes, and it was actually quicker, and she loved it, guys. So she loved it. So right now I'm quickly going to move over to the lip, and I'm using this purple shade of lippy from Color Pop, and this particular shade is really amazing. It's so beautiful. Moving on, I'll be going in with a nude shade of lippy from My Chick Cosmetics, and I'm just going to ask her to rub her lips against each other so that it can blend properly. And I'm going to adjust. I'll just keep applying the lippy and adjusting it until I get what I want. So right now I'm wiping off the setting powder from her face, just so that it comes out nice, so that the whole makeup comes out nice and pretty. And I'm also applying powder on her neck so that everything blends properly and so that it looks more like her face. So for highlighting, I'm going in with a gold shade of eyeshadow from Zaron eyeshadow palette, and I'm just highlighting her cheekbone. I'm just highlighting that area and also her nose. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do hope that it has been interesting. I do hope that it has been interesting and you've learned a lot. She loved the makeup. Thank you all for watching. Do not forget to set with a setting spray, and I used Sikel setting spray. Thank you all so much for watching. See you guys in my next video. Bye.